Hello Trekkies, and welcome back with another video of TREKKERPRISE. Well, technically the last episode for TREKKERPRISE for the good foreseeable future. I don't even know where to start, and this is a bit interesting that I'm about to make this announcement, and I'm about to do what I'm about to do with TREKKERPRISE and as a whole, but I think it's time to stop this. This is not a new thing. It's not just I decided yesterday that I'm going to quit and nothing gonna happen. So let's start from the beginning. So basically what happened is that I started YouTube and I started my website and my YouTube in 2016 in mid-summer, and for the fact that I just really wanted to channel my passion and you know, talk about Star Trek because I love it so much. And with the website I decided to just, you know, write up thoughts of mine. I didn't really just want to focus on Star Trek, but I was writing some other things on the website as well that was like geek related, and basically just I wanted to share a bit of piece of myself to the world and engage with a conversation, meet new people and get friends, and you know, just having a good time while you're creating something in a sense. And probably some of you noticed it already that this probably gonna happen because I started a few weeks back starting to talk about my journey on my weblog, which is just as my channel TREKKERPRISE.com, so you can go and check those articles out. But I started hinting and kind of wrapping up my life as a content creator. As I mentioned in my blog, I don't really like saying content creator because, well, that sounds like a profession, and I'm just a guy who makes videos or writes articles on a website, so I wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert or any means, but this is something that I really wanted to do from the very beginning as I, you know, started loving the franchise and got into Star Trek, that I just wanted to contribute my feelings towards the show and pay a tribute, pay homage for Star Trek. And that's how the website came around, and then that's how I took the courage and the strength on myself to sit in front of the camera 4 years ago and started recording myself, which was a dragging process. It was horrible. I mean, sitting 2.5 hours in front of the camera and essentially narrowing everything down for a 3-minute video. Yeah, that's how it started. But without that moment, without that day, I wouldn't be sitting here and I wouldn't have done all these things that I've done in the last 4 years. Which was amazing. It's an amazing journey that I stepped on that day, and I'm still really feeling lucky that I was able to do this. Now, the whole situation and why I'm basically quitting, it comes down to a lot of things, and I really wanted to talk about it a little bit in this occasion, because I know a lot of you might wondering like, why all of a sudden you just quitting, you just came back for season 4, but this is something that... What the hell?
Excuse me, sir. I'm very sorry to interrupt. I'm very sorry to barge in like this. I'm from the Cannon Police Department. I personally specialize in online content and online content creators. Look, we've had our eye on you for a while now, as you can see, Mr. TREKKERPRISE, and I've got a few things I'd like to go over with you, if you don't mind.
Look, can this wait a little bit? I'm in the middle of a farewell speech.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're in the middle of your farewell speech? Well, I know. You think I'm stupid? No, I know, sir. That's why I'm contacting you. Under the Continuity and Canon Agreement Act for Online Content Creators, Article 53, Subparagraph 42, Section D, sir, you cannot quit.
But why is that?
Well, you have not fulfilled your obligations. You have breached the agreement between you and your audience, between you and your followers. You have not finished your character data files, you never did the Star Trek Picard reviews, and you just started a podcast. God damn it, what have you got to say for yourself?
Well, good points, and you're totally correct. I have not continued my data files as I wanted to. I have not done reviews, but I have done a written review for Picard, that counts, and I intend to do that so for every future episodes of Star Trek. Listen, I know I have been focusing on other things, mainly my life and, you know, changing a profession and other things. And but the channel going to be around, and everything is going to be around. The website is going to be updated on a weekly basis with new articles as I'm trying to focus on writing, and the podcast will be making its way to the public every week. as I'm really enjoying doing that too, and the channel will be, as I mentioned, still out there to watch to people. I'm not gonna delete that.
So I see. You're not exactly quitting, are you? You're just changing the format. Okay. I guess I can let it pass this time. I can leave you be. But I'll tell you what. This is the last time you get no further warnings. All right? I don't want any more misunderstandings or negligence on your part. So I'm keeping an eye on you, Mr. TREKKERPRISE.
All right. So can I go back to my video now?
Yeah. I'll leave you be. I gotta go anyway. It's probably time for me to go check out someone in town.
Sorry about that, but he's right. I haven't done as much as I wanted to do at the end. I was so excited to do the character data files, and I'm looking back to it, looking back to those episodes that I made. Especially the one that I made of Chaotica. That's still one of my favorite because, you know, I ended up dressing up as the character, so to speak, and like a cheap DIY budget Chaotica version, and that was fun. I really enjoyed doing that video, and all of the other videos as well. And because of this, I happened to meet so many awesome people in the community that, and a handful of them became really good friends of mine. And just to give a bit of a shout out to Sean from Trek on Tube, Sohail from Starfleet Boy, or Taylor from Beard vs. the Geek or Stargate Guy, Trekkie, Rob from the Star Trek Book Club, and many more. Kat Wolski, Irish Trekkie, Damien, and the Trek Collector, Chris, and the list goes on. There's a lot of people who I happen to meet mainly because of TREKKERPRISE, and as I mentioned, this is a bit of a sad thing to do, that I didn't really want to, didn't really imagine that it will come down to this point in time. Just as life changed and life improves, aside, you know, being online and doing all these things that I've been doing and recording these videos, it is a change of life, and my life is in a kind of a crossroad that I have to focus on other things. I'm on the beginning of changing profession. As many of you know, by trade I'm a graphic designer, and I started my freelance graphic design business as well about a couple of months ago, which I really want to focus on in the future. I know we currently live in a very difficult time, but that's something that I really want to build up and essentially work with, because that's what I love. Plus, I'm going to learn something new as well down the line, because even though I love doing graphic design as a viable profession, it's not something that I would enjoy doing as a full-time job. As a hobby, yes, but not as a full-time job. And in the last couple of years I haven't been able to work in graphic design business anyway, so I think it's a nice thing that I narrowed myself down to, okay, this is a time for change. Life is something that more important than I have to place forward on these things, and I cannot accommodate anymore to make videos on a weekly basis that I did before, and I know because I was able to do it before because I was doing 3-4 videos a week sometimes, and it was work. It's a hard work. I know sitting down in front of the camera and hitting record and talking, and then you put it into the computer, we edit it up, and it's essentially out. A 5-minute video, a lot of people don't know, but it takes hours and hours of work. In a sense it's sad. When I was going through my videos, just checking what I was doing in the last couple of years, I almost started bursting out and and dropping a few tears, because it's been awesome. It's been an awesome journey to do this, but it's time to change. It's time to put this aside and focus on real life that I really have to focus on, especially right now and in the going forward in the future as well. The channel will be still up there, the video is not gonna be disturbed, and I'm not gonna delete any of them. It's gonna be there for everyone to enjoy, because there's a lot of video, over 280, almost 300 videos up in my channel. The website is still gonna be there as well. I really started loving writing, and especially when Picard came out, doing the weekly reviews, it allowed me to put my thoughts more together in a more coherent piece of work than just run a video. Something that I can accommodate easily with my life and with my job and with, you know, doing all these other learnings for other things. So that's the podcast, which I really enjoy doing. It's I think essentially the podcast is something that I really wanted to do from the very beginning, and it's really concentrated in one format, which I really enjoy, and I think so far my guests enjoyed as well. Every guest of mine that I had in the show, they enjoyed it, and I hope that you as listener will be enjoying it as well in the future. So the website is going to be more frequent with writings. The podcast will be out every single week, and every now and then I will going to give some update as well on what's happening with my life, just as a mini-sode sort of thing. So I have a feeling that I have missed a lot of things that I could have talked about just in this video regarding my life as a YouTuber, which again, just as content creator, I hate to use it on myself because I wouldn't consider myself any of those. But having made this decision, it was just as good when I made the decision to start the whole thing, and I really hope that this will be for the better. But again, I'm gonna be out there. So I think that's everything that I really wanted to say. I know it's I know it's probably gonna be a bit sad for some of you, because I got to know many of you commenting on my videos, and I get the good feedback, and I really enjoyed you know, the chat over the comment section, and I got to know quite a fair amount of you to you know, who really kept me going. And I really hope that in the future you will still going to do that, so just through my website or through Twitter or through the podcast. I think this will be a really healthy change for me as an individual. So as always, thank you very much for watching this video if you watched this to the end, and thank you very much for your support, for your help, for just being here and being part of this journey. And as I mentioned in my last blog post, the adventure is just beginning. And on that note, live long and prosper.